Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HIMediaTV. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and welcome back to High Media Headlines for September the 6th, 2025. We got a great show for you today. We're going to get right into it now, shall we? So, there have been some rumors bouncing around the internet that Nintendo was lobbying the government to take an anti-AI stance. Now, this is not good Nintendo news because they're not actually doing it. They stated on Twitter, contrary to recent discussions on the internet, Nintendo has not had any contact with the Japanese government about generative AI. Whether generative AI is involved or not, we will continue to take necessary actions against infringement of our actual intellectual property rights. This was started by a man by the name of Satoshi Asano, who is a member of the Japanese House of Representatives, claiming Nintendo was engaging in lobbying activities with the government to push back against the use of generative AI. Asano posted a formal apology Sunday after Nintendo's denial, expressing regret at not adequately confirming the facts. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that the President of the United States published a video. Not the President, Department of Homeland Security, my apologies, of Pokemon music playing over illegal aliens being captured by ICE. As well as OpenAI's Sora 2 AI video generation app that they created this week created a video containing IP from Nintendo, Pokemon, Studio Ghibli, and one of them had an AI Sam Altman saying, "I hope Nintendo doesn't sue us," as photorealistic Pokemon run around in the background. Listen, I am a D1 hater of generative AI. It's awful, and I hate it. And I wish Nintendo was lobbying the Japanese government against it. I wish the Japanese government would outlaw it. I wish any government would outlaw generative AI. It's awful. It's evil. It's terrible. People say, I won't be able to make the otherwise. Listen. I myself use non-generative AI tools, which I don't even think are AI tools. Half of the fucking tools I think CapCut and Restream put forward are just tools that already fucking exist. And they just slapped the term AI on it just so they could say to their marketers, like, yeah, it's AI, yeah, no. Like, no. Like, it is the fact that, multiple people on this planet have generated Studio Ghibli style photos of things and probably have a fucking hit out put on them by Miyazaki. If you're listening to this this show for the first time, hi, I'm Evan. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. Good to have you. The reason I'm so salty about this is because a big reason outside of the general recession we're currently living in and the hell that this economy is, the reason I am so deeply against generative AI is because I'm not a developer anymore. I used to be a software developer making 6 figures a year. Now, AI didn't make me lose my job, but it sure as shit has prevented me from getting another one in the field. Realistically, it's more multifaceted than that, but it doesn't fucking help. That, and as somebody who has hundreds of if not thousands of hours of content of his voice and likeness on the internet, needless to say, as someone who wants to make a living making podcasts for you to listen to, the viewer, I'm not particularly fond of generative AI. And frankly, none of my artist friends seem to be either. Moving on to the MBNE index. The MBNE index is how we here at High Media TV gauge the health of the American economy by looking at the store brand price of milk, bread, and eggs from major American retailers. The current MBNE index stands at $9.90, with Aldi's at $6.87, ShopRite at $11.88, and Walmart at $7.02. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your High Media Headlines Update for today, October the 6th, 2025. If you enjoyed today's show, go listen to our others. We have tons of episodes in High Media Headlines for you to get caught up on the news, and not just news. We have tons of shows, period, that you can find at himedia.gg/pods or wherever you get your pods. And only if you have the financial wherewithal to do so, please consider going to our Ko-Fi, which can be found down below at himedia.gg/perks or tip, himedia.gg/tip, which gets you a bunch of awesome perks found on our Discord server, which you should absolutely join at the link below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for listening to this episode from High Media TV. I have been your host, Evan from High Media TV, and we will see you guys next time.